Hi, everyone. Welcome to the How We Hustle podcast.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Tanya. And we invite you to join us in our unfiltered conversation about the real life hustle of being an entrepreneur. For more information about the podcast, check out howwehustlepodcast.com.
Hey, everyone. If you've been listening, you know that my business helps people write their books. Well, I've recently added a new service to what I do. I kept getting people saying to me, "You're so good at writing and telling stories. Can you write my emails for me?" I heard it all from people. I'm not a good writer. I don't have time to write emails. I don't know what to say. This made me realize that I have tremendous value to offer when it comes to sales or marketing copy. So I'm launching a new arm of my business called Peacock Copy, where I offer copywriting services of all kinds, but especially email marketing. Imagine what would be possible if you hired me to not only write all of your emails, but also to be completely in charge of the strategy behind your email marketing. I will work closely with you to get to know your business, its personality, and your objectives so that we can come up with a plan that will grow your business while freeing your time so that you can stay in your zone of genius. I will create sales copy for you that connects with your readers by telling stories and engaging their feelings. Because as I always say, it is feelings that sell, not features. When you are able to connect with your readers, sales and revenue comes easily. So I'm doing a launch right now, and I've decided to offer a 25% off How We Hustle discount to the first 3 listeners that take me up on it. So get in touch with me on my website, www.peacockcopy.com, or email me, michael@peacockcopy.com. We'll get on the phone and discuss how I can help you grow your business and free your time by giving you consistent sales and email copy that converts. Great copywriting is an investment, and it's essential to the success of any online business. So get in touch with me at peacockcopy.com, and I'll show you how you can grow your business while freeing your time.
So I'm a big believer in email marketing, and not because I love it, because I actually think it's super annoying, but because it works. And I was just chatting with Mike earlier about how powerful email marketing is. But what I want to talk about today is not just to do it, but to how to grow your email list with qualified leads, engaged people, so that when you send out an email, it packs a punch and people are clicking and purchasing from you. So one of the things that I think is so important about email marketing is that there's no algorithm. So if you send an email, whoever's on your email list, they are 100% going to get that email, unless it bounces. But they're going to get it. There's no algorithm to prevent them from seeing it. And then if they're seeing you on social media and they're seeing you in videos and they're seeing your ads, then you're hitting them from every single angle. And the email is the most intimate one. So you can create a sequence. You can make sure that they're seeing it in sequence. And you can also see what's working, what's not working. You get immediate reference to what's going to work and what's not. What's making people click? What are people replying to? And what are they not replying to? What are they not clicking on? It gives you a good indication about what's working when your people are watching what you're doing, what's making them buy and what's not.
Yeah, so email marketing is traffic that you own, right? There's different kinds of traffic. Like if you're putting ads out, that's traffic you control. You control it through ad spend, but it's not traffic that you own. So traffic that you own is like the best kind of traffic. So building up your email list is so important. And then once you have that list, using it consistently. And what's cool about email is something you can use to tie everything, back together. And that's what you do, Tanya. Like you use your emails to promote everything you're doing and to repurpose, not repurpose, but to redistribute.
Yes,
Sorry?
Yes, repurpose. I actually think that's a really important point because I hate writing emails. I will pay anybody to write my emails for me, but I don't enjoy writing in general. So I repurpose everything. So whether I did a video, I'll repurpose that video for email. If we did a podcast, I'll repurpose our podcast for a topic for our email. If I'm writing a social media post, I'll repurpose that. But like giving your email list like exclusive content, exclusively hearing about things. And it doesn't have to all be brand new because they might not have seen your social media posts. They might not have watched your video. They need to hear from you about what's happening in your business consistently, because I always tell the story about email marketing worked on me because So when I hired my coach, I didn't even know her. I mean, email marketing worked on you. You talk to me all the time. And I sent out an email that made you really think and say, okay, I'm ready to work with you.
And email marketing has worked with me, with other people too. I'm just trying to think of some of the things that I've made investments in. And it's because over and over and over, I get emails. And it's really all about consistency. When you're a customer or a lead, you're not going to buy, or very rarely are you going to buy on the first interaction you have with someone. You got to get to know them. And, Tanya, when we were talking earlier, you said that the more emails you send, the more money you make, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So emails are an investment. And if you're using them strategically, like they will make you money and they will grow your business, because that's like the most intimate way to get to know your people, your tribe, and the people that are following you. If they're on your list, they're there for a reason, right? So
and if they haven't unsubscribed, then they're still there for a reason.
So you and I, we talked about this example, whether it's Louboutin shoes or a Porsche.
Yeah. So when I'm talking to women, I usually use the Louboutin shoes example, but I was talking to Mike, so I had to choose something else because I don't think that you want Louboutin shoes. So I said to Mike, okay, Mike, what kind of car would you love to have? And he said Porsche. And so my example for that is, if you were getting emails from Porsche about deals that they were running, and you saw Porsche commercials and you saw Porsche ads on social media, and like Porsche was coming up in between your YouTube videos, you would not be upset about it. You would be like, oh yes, like a good reminder of like what I'm working towards or what I want, or okay, I'm almost ready to buy my Porsche. And then, oh, that's a great deal. I'm going to go in and buy the Porsche. And then because people think it's annoying, I usually do think it's annoying too, but the key is the people that really want what you have to offer are not going to be annoyed by it. So if Porsche started sending Mike an email every single day and they were showing him all of the amazing Porsches that they just got in and the new deals that they had, he's not going to get annoyed. He's going to be like excited to hear about them. And then one of them is going to make him go into the dealership to take a look. And when he's ready to buy, let's say Mike just made so much money, he bought the Porsche with cash. He's going to go in and be so excited to give them his money. You're not convincing people that they need something they don't want. You're offering them something they already want, something they told you that they wanted because they got on your email list for that reason. So making sure that you're getting qualified leads onto your list and not just anybody. But when Mike goes and purchases that Porsche, he's not going to feel like they're taking his money. He's going to feel like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to give you guys my money because I can't wait to take this car out of this lot and go drive it around in the beautiful weather.
Yeah, I think that's an important point is, and I know I have felt like this in the past. I feel like by writing my list emails, I am like abusing them. I'm just like, I'm annoying them, and I feel, but that's my issue, right? That's something that I need to like come to terms with. If I'm going to sell something, if I'm going to be an entrepreneur, if I'm going to market, I need to get over that, and I have gotten over that. But
selling is serving.
Yeah,
By selling, you're
right?
serving those people.
There's nothing that you can say or nothing that you can really do to someone to like turn them off. Like sending them an email is not going to like make them so mad. Like they're on your list, they expect to hear from you. So don't let them down, right?
And if you don't send an email for a really long time and then you start sending emails, you're likely going to get a lot of unsubscribes because those people will either have purchased from somebody else or they're not interested anymore. So you have a small window of opportunity before people forget about you or the moment of them wanting that thing has shifted. Like when they downloaded whatever they downloaded or whatever they got on your email list, they got on there for a reason. And like you really want to like give them and continue to give them consistent stuff to warm them up, to get them to that place where they can purchase, whether it's answering their questions or dealing with objections or telling stories to help them see that this is what's possible for them. So like if they write a book, this is how that could impact them by telling stories about how it's impacted other clients. So you're giving them more information in order to support their decision to move forward. If you are not selling to them, you're allowing them to stay stuck when they already told you they wanted to move forward.
Yeah, you're literally letting them down if you don't focus on consistent communication. And it's not easy, right? Like hitting your list with constant emails it's a commitment, but it's so important that you do that, because like that is how you will grow your business. An email list is so powerful. Like I remember with my last business, I had been running it for many years, and I had grown like quite a large list, and everyone on my list was someone who had bought from me before, and it was like such a powerful tool because this list was just qualified people. So if I wanted to raise some money, all I had to do was put an email together with an offer and a little bit of an urgency into it, and push send, and I could manifest money into my account like every time. Sure thing, right? So it's like once you have a list and once you nurture it, it becomes such a powerful tool.
Mm-hmm. And even if they never open your email, the fact that your name is in their email box gets you to the top of their mind. Even if they don't read your whole email, even if they don't click on everything, that still keeps you in front of them so that you're going to be the first person that they think of when they're ready to purchase.
That's actually a super good point, because all of us are, on people's email lists. All of us get emails every single day from people and companies that we're associated with. And all of us probably don't read all those emails, but we see them, they're there. We know they're there. We know that person is thinking about us. And, when I say thinking about us, it's like they are putting the time and they are doing what they have to do to get into our inbox every day. And whether it's conscious or subconscious, I'm not really sure. But like, you stay top of mind. Even if you don't open the email, but you see that email in your box, which you will, like that triggers something in your brain to, that keeps that name or that brand or whatever at the forefront of your brain. And when it comes time to decide, where I'm going to put my money, if I need a service that they provide, who do you think you're going to choose, right?
That's how commercials work.
And also, right? that service provider is on top of it. So if they're sending emails every 2 days and you want to hire them to do something for you, that they're reliable because they are doing their job and staying on top of you. Like, who would you rather hire to be your coach? Would you rather hire someone who sends you an email every 7 weeks or someone who sends you like fresh content every 2 days? It's a no-brainer, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's so true. And like, also if you're like giving them content, if you're showing them stories, I think stories are really powerful. Like, it's giving them color, it's getting in front of them. You're only increasing your and trust factor with them. They trust you because you're not like wishy-washy. You're not in and then you're out. You're consistently in their inbox, and like you can repurpose your content. Like, it doesn't have to be all brand new content, because also like people are not going to read everything. Like, I'm not going to lie. There's this function on ActiveCampaign, which is the company that I use for my emails. No, this is not sponsored by them, but there's this function on there where you can literally resend to people who have not opened the email. And I use that and I just change the subject line. They didn't open the email, so they don't know that it's the exact same email. So if you change the subject line, you can send it out to people. The other thing I do is like, not that this is so wonderful, but if you've been on my email list and you haven't engaged with any of my content in a really long time, like, I'm just going to delete you. I have a funnel that keeps track of engagement. And if you haven't engaged with me for a number of months, then you get removed from my email list, because I don't want to pay for people who are not interested in my content. Or if someone unsubscribes, I'm like, great. That's one less person that I'm going to send an email to that doesn't want what I have to offer. So keeping an email list that's like engaged and getting in front of those people that like need to see what you have to offer, they're only going to unsubscribe when they no longer are interested. So if they haven't unsubscribed, they're still interested in what you have to offer.
Yeah. And you made a comment about telling stories, and I call that story selling. as opposed to storytelling, but story selling. And, when you're doing emails, people relate to feelings. And this is something we've talked about before, right? But you want to make them feel something. If you can engage their feelings and emotions, then that's what selling is. And that's why it's called story selling. Because stories are a great way to make people connected with you. And that's something that we'd even do on this podcast, right? Like we often will start an episode with a story or something to just draw you in. And once, cause you can relate to stories, Often Tanya and I will start a podcast and I'll just start the podcast by being all lecturing and boring. And then you'll yell at me and say, we need to start that again because you're boring. But that is sort of a good message on how to structure emails. Like, don't be boring.
And don't lecture people.
Use a story. Yeah, you don't want to lecture people and say, this is what you need. Listen to me now. Like, no one cares, right?
I like to attract, right? Don't tell people, show people. Show people what's possible. Show people what they can do. Show people what could change about their life by using stories rather than saying, this is what you need to change this. Like, no one wants to be told, oh, you need this.
So, think about the feelings, right? Think about what feelings you are inspiring when you provide content in emails.
And make sure you sprinkle those call to action buttons everywhere in an email, because the higher up you put a call to action button, the more likely people are to click on it because they're scanning. We don't have a lot of time. So put that call to action button in the first little bit so that they don't have to scan to click on it, and then sprinkle them constantly. I have a rule of minimum 3 links per, the same link, but 3 links per email so that people don't have to look for where to go next. Give them a next step to encourage them to click.
All right, so to wrap it up, we would just want to say once again how important it is that you take part in email marketing, that you continually and almost relentlessly stay in contact with everyone on your list and keep growing your list because it's so important.
It's your insurance policy.
And that's a wrap on another episode of How We Hustle. For more information, check out howwehustlepodcast.com.